The weekly wages of 30% consisting of men and women amount to rupees 3800. Each man receives rupees 140 and each woman rupees 100 as wages per week. Find the number of men and women. Okay, so they're given few data and they're asking us to find the number of men and women. Okay, few of them have already solved the question. Very good. Okay, so the number of Sahana, your answer was 20 and 35, sorry, 200 and 350. For which question, my dear? Just check which question is that. And Lakshmi, yes, men is 20 and women is 10. Correct. So let us go on and solve this problem. We are solving the problems under equations, right? So from the statement, we are supposed to do the, or we are supposed to form the equation, and then we have to solve it. Okay, so firstly, let us derive the equation from the data given to us. Now from the data given to us, let us assume, let the number of men be x. Okay, so I'm considering number of men as x and the number of women be y. Okay, number of men be x and number of women be y. So this is our first assumption. Now let us read the first line of the problem. The weekly wages of 30%, the weekly wages of 30% consisting of men and women amounting to 3800. Okay, so totally men as well as women was coming up to 30 people. So how much are men? Men are x. So therefore men are x, women are y. So both men and women together is gonna be 30 people. Okay, now after this, the next sentence says each man receives rupees 140 and each woman rupees 100. So man is gonna get 140 rupees per week and women is gonna get 100 rupees per week as the wages. Okay, but what is the total of the wages? Every week the total of their wages is nothing but 3800. That is what is given to us in the question, right? The weekly wages of 30% consisting of men and women amount to rupees 3800. So our second equation will be 140 rupees for men for 1 week and 100 rupees for women for 1 week, where totally the wages that were paid for 30 people was 3800. Understood the equations? Understood how to form the equations? Okay. Now we have equation 1 and equation 2. So let us solve them simultaneously. So solving equations simultaneously. So we have first equation x plus y is equal to 30 and the second equation 140x plus 100y is equal to 3800. Now either you can equate x and then cancel, or we can go with y and y. Okay, now here since y has 100, I think it will be easier for us to multiply 100 for the first equation. So we will equate y here. If you have equated x also, you will get the same answer, so do not worry. Okay, so here we are equating y, so I'll multiply 100 for this first equation, and for the second equation I'm going to multiply 1. Okay, now 100x plus 100y is equal to 3000. Next 140x, now since it is into 1, so 140x plus 100y is equal to 3800. Okay, so that is the next value. Now when you're solving them simultaneously, you have to change the signs. So minus, minus and minus, and I'm going to cancel this because it is 100y plus 100y and minus 100y. So we're going to cancel that. Now what is left out with us? 100 minus 140, I'm going to get minus 40x is equal to, here it is minus 800. Correct? Then x is equal to minus 800 by minus 40. Okay, x is equal to minus 800 by minus 40. So minus and minus will get cancelled. 0 and 0 will get cancelled. 4 ones are 4 20s are. Therefore, x is equal to 20. Yes? Good. Ishashwini, Poojana, Lakshmi, all of you have got the answer. Good. So x is equal to 20. Now what is x? The number of men who were there. You'll get it as 20. No, you won't get minus 20, Bharat. Please check properly, because both the sides you have minus 40 and minus 800. So in that case, what will happen? We are going to cancel both the minus. Okay, you won't get minus 20 here. You will get plus only. So recheck. Might be some calculation mistake here and there. So recheck. Or if at all you have got confused about the signs, that might also be the problem. Check. Okay, yes, Gauri. X is equal to 20. Correct, Kirtana. Now let us substitute this in the equation number 1 and we will find the value of y. What is equation number 1? X plus y is equal to 30. So okay, sorry, I didn't write that sentence. Substituting, this has to be written. Substituting x is equal to 20 in equation 1. So what is equation 1? X plus y is equal to 30. So x is 20 plus y is equal to 30. Y is equal to 30 minus 20. Y is equal to 10. So y is equal to 10. Very good, Aishwarya. So the conclusion, therefore, the number of men is 20 and number of women is 10. Conclusion is very, very important. Correct. Very good. Everybody has got y is equal to 10. Any doubts? Any doubts in this problem? Okay. Now let us go to the next problem. Now concentrate. Divide rupees 1100 into two parts so that 5 times of one part and 6 times of other part will be equal to 6100. Okay, so they're asking us to divide 1100 rupees into two parts. Okay, so 1100 rupees, if I divide into two parts, let's say I have x and y. Okay, I have x and y. Okay, somebody has got the answer. Yashashwini says 550. No, Yashashwini. Recheck the answer. It's not 550. Okay, so x and y are the two parts. Now there is one more clue for us which will help us to solve this problem. This x and y number is such that 5 times of x, or 5 times of the first number, first part of the number, and 6 times of the second part of the number, if I add, I'm gonna get total of 6100. So this is an extra hint which is given to us to solve x and y. Okay, so that is what is given to us. Now let us solve this problem by reading the question once again. You have to read the question as many number of times as you can, because one or the other part might be left out. Some hint, some new type of information will be given. So divide rupees 1100 into two parts. So we'll break the question. Okay, we are supposed to divide 1100 into two parts. So that is first part of the question. So let us divide. Let the two parts be x and y. So that is first part of the question. So we have divided 1100 into two parts, x and y. Next, so that 5 times of one part and 6 times of the other part will be equal to 6100. So from the first part we have told, let the two parts be x and y. And from what number are we dividing this? 1100 is divided into x and y. Correct? Here only we got the first equation, that is nothing but x plus y is equal to 1100. If you add x plus y, you should get 1100. That is from your first part of the question. Now from the second part of the question, 5 times of first part and 6 times of the second part is going to give you the total of 6100. Good. Yeah, Spurti got the answer, 500 and 600. Good. Now let us solve. So we have got equation number 1, that is x plus y is equal to 1100, and equation number 2, that is 5x plus 6y is equal to 6100. Now we can either equate x or we can equate y. So we are supposed to solve this simultaneously. So solve the equations simultaneously. So if you are solving for x, so x plus y is equal to 1100 into, if you are solving for x, let us multiply this by 5, and 5x plus 6y is equal to 6100. We will multiply it by 1 only because there is already 5x. Hope you are all able to follow this. Good. Many of them are giving answers. All of you are able to follow? Good. So let us solve it quickly. So you will get 5x plus 5y is equal to 5500. Then 5x plus 6y is equal to 6100. Now, since we are solving it simultaneously, we have to change the signs. Okay, so 5x and 5x will get cancelled. 5x and 5x will get cancelled. And then we are left out with minus 1y is equal to minus 600. Okay, is equal to minus 600. So y is equal to minus 600 divided by minus 1. Minus and minus will get cancelled, 1 in 1, and 600 will be remaining. So 600 by 1 is nothing but y is equal to 600. So we have got the value of y. Now let us substitute this in the equation number 1. Substituting x, we found out y, right? Y is equal to 600 in equation 1. What is equation 1? X plus y is equal to 1100. So x plus 600 is equal to 1100. X is equal to 1100 minus 600. So x is equal to 500. So we also got the value of x being 500. And then the conclusion is very important. Yes, correct. Good, Aishwarya. So what is the, and you can also verify this, okay? Let us do the verification here. Verification, 500 plus 600 is 1100. 5 into 500 plus 6 into 600. 5 5s are 25, 2500. 6 6 are 36, 3600. Is it giving you 6100? Yes. So which means our parts are correct. So the conclusion, therefore, the two parts are rupees 500 and rupees 600. Everybody understood the problem? Any doubts? Good. So let us go to the next problem now. Not this, we'll do that later. Good. Now, next problem. A bookseller has number of books. The published price for, wait a second, a published price of which is rupees 25. Okay. After selling a certain number of books at this price, he sells the remainder at rupees 20 each. And his total sales were 1100. Okay, if at all his total sales were 1100, if the number of books sold at two prices were reversed, his sales would be 1150. How many books had he in all, and how many were sold, originally sold at rupees 25. So they are giving us this problem here. There's not much to get confused. It's very simple problem. So let us solve this problem quickly. First, before that, you have to read the question completely once again. Okay, so you're supposed to read the question. Read the question once again. A bookseller has a number of books, the published price of which is rupees 25. So he had few books. So out of that, let's say first he was selling the book at rupees 25. Let's say he was selling book A at rupees 25. After selling a certain number at this price, let's say at 25 rupees, he had sold some 50 books. For example, okay, for example, he had sold 50 books. Now, after selling 50 books, he changed the price from 25 to 20. He reduced the price. Okay, now after reducing the price, now this 25 plus 20, how much ever books he had sold, right? So he was getting rupees 1100. That was his total sales. Okay, so this is scenario number 1. So what is scenario number 1? He was selling a few books. In that one book, he was selling it at 25 rupees before. Later he reduced the price and he is selling it at 20 rupees each. Now total sale of that book, that is amounting to 1100. Fine. So that is the scenario number 1. Now let us read the question again from here. If the numbers sold, okay, the total sales were 1100. If the numbers sold at the two prices were reversed. Suppose first the same book, if it was sold at 20 rupees first and then it got increased to 25. We are reversing the numbers. So if at all this had happened, then the sales would be 1150. See, the sales also has increased from 1100 to 1150. This is your scenario number 2. So scenario number 1, first you sell the book at rupees 25, then reduce the price and you sell it at rupees 20. So the total of sales that you have got is 1100. Now scenario 2 is first you sell the book at less price, that is 20 rupees, then increase the price to 25. So your total sales is 1150. Yes? So understood? Correct, Aishwarya. That is equation 1 and equation 2. Understood the question? You're supposed to understand the question clearly. If you don't understand the question, you'll not be able to form the equations wherein you'll not be able to solve them later. Everybody understood the equations? Okay. So let us start solving the problem. So let x is equal to the number of books sold at rupees 25. First we are selling the book at 25, right? So let x be that number. Then y is equal to the number of books sold, sorry for that, number of books sold at rupees 20. Okay, so what will be our first expression or equation? First equation will be 25x plus 20y is equal to the total sales for us, which is given here, is 1100. So this is going to be your equation number 1. Now, the second part or the second scenario says, now if numbers are reversed, they're saying if 20 was sold first and 25 was sold next, if numbers are reversed, now what will be the equation? It is going to be 20x plus 25y is equal to, the sales is going to increase, so 1150. Okay, x is equal to 20 and 30. Correct, Lakshmi. Correct. The answer is right. So we have two equations, equation 1 and equation 2. Okay. Now let us solve both of the equations simultaneously. Either you can use the normal simultaneous equation method by elimination or substitution. Whichever you find it easier, do that. Okay. So we will go by normal elimination method. Just that the numbers may look bigger, that's all. So we will just go by that. Now here you have 25x and 20x and 20y and 25y. Now just check if do you get any number or any multiple where you can get the same number for x. Okay, equation 1 with 4 and equation 2 with 5. Okay, let us try that. So we have 25x plus 20y is equal to 1100 and 20x plus 25y is equal to 1150. You can do it, Aishwarya, there's no problem. You can just multiply this with 20 and this with 25. You will still get the same answer, but just that the multiples will be of a higher number. Okay, you'll get big numbers where you'll have to simplify them later. Okay, that is also a right method. Do not worry. Now let us check. Like Lakshmi told, if we multiply this with 4 and if we multiply this with 5, do we get the same number? 25 into 4. Yes, Aishwarya. Y is equal to 30, x is equal to 20. Correct. The answer is right. So if we multiply 4 here, 25 4s are 100. 25 is also 100. Right? So we'll be able to cancel x if we use this method. Good. So what we are going to do is solving equations simultaneously. Solving equations simultaneously. So you'll have first equation, that is 25x plus 20y is equal to 1100 into 4, and then 20x plus 25y is equal to 1150 into 5. Okay, so now what do you get? 100x. Why 100? 25 into 4 will give you 100x plus 20 into 4 will give you 80y is equal to 1100 into 4 will give you 4400, and then that is your equation number 1. Equation number 2, 20 into 5 is 100x plus 25 into 5 is 125. Y is equal to 1150 into 5 is 5750. Now change the sign. Minus, minus, minus. Minus plus 100x minus 100x will get cancelled. Now here if you see 80 minus 125, you get minus 45y is equal to 4400 minus 5750. You will get minus 1350. Okay, so the next step is minus 45y is equal to minus 1350. So next step is y is equal to minus 1350 divided by minus 445. It's not 4.5, it is 45. So minus and minus will get cancelled. So minus 1350 divided by 45. 1350 divided by 45 will give you 30. There was therefore y is equal to 30. Okay. Now next step, substituting y is equal to 30 in equation 1. What is equation 1? 25x plus 20y is equal to 1100. 25x plus 20y is equal to 1100. In the place of y, we are going to substitute 30. So 25x plus 20 into 30 is equal to 1100. So 20 into 30 will give you 600 is equal to 1100. So 25x is equal to 1100 minus 600. 25x is equal to 500. X is equal to 500 divided by 25. Therefore, x is equal to 20. So we got both the answers, x and y, both the answers we got. Okay. Now let us go back to the question once again and read the last line of the question. How many books had he in all and how many were originally sold at 25? So they're asking us the total number of books and what is the original books or how much did he sell at 25 rupees. Now, if you see, X is the number of books that he had sold at rupees 25. And what is the total number of books? You should just add X plus Y. Okay, so let us go and write the conclusion. Okay, so the conclusion is, therefore, the total number of books seller had is equal to x plus y, that is 20 plus 30 is equal to 50. Okay, and another conclusion, therefore the books sold, or sorry, the number of books sold, the number of books sold at rupees 25 is how much? What is the value of x? We got the value of x as 20. So 20 books. And here it is 50 books. Understood? Any doubts? So everybody is clear. Good. Okay, this we shall do in next class. Okay, so please try this problem. Okay, this is one more problem where you can try this. It just says the sum of two numbers is